For today's tutorial, I'm going to show you all how to make a bacon, lettuce, and fried green tomato sandwich. Because we're at the very tail end of April, most of the time you're not going to find green tomatoes at your grocer until probably the end of summer. So in the meantime, I've got some heirloom tomatoes here, which you can use in place of green tomatoes. It's going to be the same process regardless, but I'm going to go ahead and chop these up, and then I'm going to show y'all the buttermilk and Cajun seasoning mixture that I'm going to marinate them in for 4 hours before we bread them and fry them. Okay, we have all of our tomato slices here in our mixing bowl. I'm gonna take 2 cups of the buttermilk and pour it over, submerge them, and then we're gonna follow that up with a tablespoon of Cajun seasoning, which my go-to, obviously, Tony's. Give that a little mix, and then like I mentioned, I'm going to let it set for about 4 hours, and then we'll revisit and I'll show you my cornmeal flour dredging that I use for this.
So while we let our tomatoes marinate, we're going to make our remoulade sauce. In a mixing bowl, we're going to add 1 cup mayonnaise, followed by 2 tablespoons of ketchup, get it all in there. And then a tablespoon of lemon juice, followed by 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and then we're going to add a half a teaspoon of capers, dried, and then a half teaspoon of garlic powder, another half teaspoon of onion powder, then a few dabs of Worcestershire sauce, followed by a Louisiana native brand made here in Avery Island, Louisiana, some smoked Tabasco sauce, and we're going to mix these ingredients together fully. And then we will put them in the fridge and let them set until it is time to make our sandwich.
Make the breading now for our fried green tomatoes. I've got my mixing bowl here. I'm going to add a cup of all-purpose flour, a half cup of cornmeal, and then importantly, this is 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Why add cornstarch, you ask? Well, this inhibits gluten production, which causes a crispier texture on our fried green tomatoes. So I'm going to whisk all these ingredients together and then add some salt and pepper, and we will start battering our fried green tomatoes. And 4 hours has passed since we started our marinade, the buttermilk marinade for our tomatoes. Again, these are heirloom, not green tomatoes, obviously, because we're not in season, but this does just give you an idea of the process. So we'll take one out here in the buttermilk. We'll just put it in our breading right there. Get it nice and coated. And we'll do these one by one, set them off on our parchment lined baking tray, and I've got a Dutch oven filled with some vegetable oil on the stovetop there, heating up on a medium-high setting. Once we get all these battered, we'll take it over. All right, our oil is at 375 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and put in our tomatoes, making sure they do not touch one another. We don't wanna mess up the breading. About 4 at a time. And we're gonna cook them until they get light golden brown on each side. So I'm gonna time it out about 2 minutes per side. Now to pull it all together. So on this baking tray here, we have our fried tomatoes. I fried up a little bit of bacon. This is some chopped lettuce, bread, and our remoulade sauce. Most of the time you put mayonnaise on your B.L.T. Well, I am going to just use remoulade because it's mayonnaise based anyway. So let's get this sandwich pulled together, shall we? our bacon. And of course, the star of the dish, our fried green tomatoes. Well, heirloom this time, but again, you get the gist. Gosh, so pretty. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a bacon, lettuce, and fried green tomato sandwich.